Already know the monsoon session of Parliament is set to start tomorrow, and in regards to that, you have an all-party meeting that's been called by the government ahead of the monsoon session. Now, what we do know is that Rajnath, the Defence Minister, among others, they're all set to attend. Jairam Ramesh from the Congress is also going to be one of the attendees. Remember, this is just a day ahead of the meeting. The government is holding this all-party meeting. It was supposed to start at 11 a.m., so it's possibly in progress as we speak. The point of such a meeting is usually to formulate a strategy to maximize the productivity of the entire House. Also, normally, the parties will aim to address some concerns of the opposition. Let's go over to my colleague Arun Dhanta for more details. Arun, tell our audiences, please, very quickly, which are the parties that we know are in attendance? Have any parties chosen to skip the meeting? Also, tell our audiences more about the visuals we're seeing on our screens right now, please.
Well, this is a routine meeting which happens before the Parliament session, where the Parliamentary Affairs Minister, holds that meeting with the opposition parties. As of now, the leaders which we have seen and going inside the Parliament for this meeting are from maximum all opposition parties. But the important thing here is that Pralhad Joshi, who's the Parliamentary Affairs Minister, he is going to speak to all opposition leaders that how they want the support of the opposition parties to pass the bills or to go with the business of the House, because that is something which is very, very important. In the same perspective, yesterday, the Lok Sabha Speaker Om Birla had also chaired a meeting to convey the message and also to seek the support of all the opposition parties, because that's something which is very, very important. All the MPs who are representing their constituencies in the Parliament have a role which is to, of course, make the legislation, and therefore the discussion and the support of all the opposition parties is very, very important, because in last 2 or 3 parliamentary sessions, we had seen there were continuous disruptions, House were not functioning. So therefore, Pralhad Joshi, the Parliamentary Affairs Minister, will seek the support of opposition parties to run the House smoothly.
Okay, Arun, I want to understand from you, in a meeting held by the Speaker yesterday, you'd had a number of opposition parties skip. So you did have the Congress and the DMK present, but you'd had the TMC, NCP, Samajwadi Party, BSP, BJD. None of them had representatives in attendance in that meeting. Have we seen a greater opposition turnout today in the meeting that's in progress right now?
Well, as of now, we had seen, Jairam Ramesh, Mallikarjun Kharge, Jayant Chaudhary, Prithvi Seva, various other opposition leaders entering in this meeting. And of course, yesterday when the meeting was chaired by Om Birla, TMC representative was not present, and various other political parties, as you rightly mentioned. In fact, TMC's response had come later on. They were saying that their MPs were there in West Bengal for a program, so preparations of that program. So they were not allowed to make it to this Om Birla's meeting. But of course, it sends a message also when you don't have the leaders present in these meetings, which is either chaired by the Speaker or the Parliamentary Affairs Minister, that they are not really in sync with the government, and that's how they show their resentment. So this time around, this session is also going to be very, very interesting to see, because there are various issues on which we had seen opposition parties were taking on the BJP outside the Parliament, how they're going to deal with those issues inside the Parliament. That's something which is going to be very, very interesting. Even in last session, we had seen some fireworks taking place inside the House. So, we'll have to wait for tomorrow as to what happens inside the Parliament.
All right, Arun Dhanta, thank you so much for bringing us that update. For our audiences, the monsoon session is set to start tomorrow. Important bills are going to be introduced in this session of Parliament, including a press and registration of periodicals bill and the Mines and Minerals Development and Regulation Amendment Bill, among others. We're going to be covering